Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. Yeah, those are words. I mean, I like those words. As someone who didn't watch the anime this film follows, it may feel like I'm not the right person to review this movie, let alone ask if they should watch it or not, since it might be a problem if you never saw the show to understand what was going on, or, just recommend it. So why did I choose to watch it? Well, I wanted to give it a chance since I was kind of busy this weekend, which actually this weekend was last weekend, and all the other movies to go see on the big screen like The Flash, Elemental, and The Blackening, and many other movies, I just needed more time to make time to go see it, because I'm getting busy with college and my job, which, okay, sure, it's just a movie, but it's like a commitment to watch it beginning to end. And I only saw The Flash because I was able to see it at night with my brothers, which you'll hear why in my Flash review. But until then, with this being a Netflix original film, only learning about the movie existing day of release, I thought Going In Blind might have been a good surprise. I remember watching the Steven Universe movie once without seeing the show at all, except for like maybe this one clip where I was just channel surfing and then I saw these two people fused together to be one person. And it's like, whoa, you were two people the whole time? And I'm like, huh, that's kind of interesting. And then I watched the movie and there was this moment where Steven and his father fused into a single entity, and I was like, what are the implications of this exactly? Like, this is kind of weird. Like, are they single-minded? Is this like, what happens if they have to go to the bathroom? But anyways, back to this review. I was going to turn it off if I felt like I was lost, because obviously if I couldn't follow it without seeing the show, I shouldn't be reviewing this movie. Which, obviously, as a movie on its own, that's its own thing. But back to what I was saying, if I understood the movie on its own well enough, I would watch it and get into more detail in a minute about what this movie is, I will, and what it's about in general. But if I would recommend this movie, if you've never seen the show, as someone who didn't see the show, I would say this is good if you put it on in the background. I think so. That's kind of a recommendation. Here's why. So it's written by Johnny Onda and Orii. Yeah, I kind of deserve that for not even looking up how to pronounce that. Anyways, it's also directed by Ayataka Tanemura. Anyways, the movie is about the people of the Clover Kingdom up against a foe unlike none come before. So, I think, I never seen the show. So, I think it's following a certain exposition sentence that if you don't understand what's going on with that sentence beginning with, as you know, so, it's that kind of world building, don't watch this movie. And while I think the world building is good, I mean, again, this was used for the show. I mean, my problems with this movie lie elsewhere. With that said, in the Clover Kingdom, 7 different squads of magical knights train one day to be the best of the best, as the best of each squad joins the elite magic knights who protect the Wizard King as they work together to protect the kingdom. A former Wizard King named Konrad, voiced by Toshiko Seki, comes back to set his path to bring peace to the kingdom and rid it of prejudice and racism by killing everyone and only bringing back to life those he deems worthy, as he wields the Imperial Sword that absorbs other people's magic. The only one who can stop him, born without magic, instead possessing anti-magic, is Asta. Or is it Asta? I can't remember. This was a week ago. He's voiced by Gakuto Kajiwara, who returns from banishment and without anyone, without any, I did like 5 takes of this, okay? I'm just going with this. And without any time to waste, must save everyone. So, with that said, what sucked me into this movie at first was the world building and beautiful animation. Like, the exposition that sets up this world feels natural enough where it doesn't feel forced, and the intro for Asta's return was cool, as it's immediately also followed by Konrad's return, where for like 20 minutes this fight at the stadium with different magic users and all that was really cool, and I got a decent idea of Asta's character. Him being determined, confident, very angry. He yells every line in this movie, and the villain being honestly compelling, where it's nothing new for a villain to see making a better world by making it in his own image for the wrong reasons. But I like the dynamic between the two leads, and the stakes felt very high, where I really wanted to know where this was going. Then it just becomes pretty repetitive, where it just goes from a scene of exposition to action, more exposition, more action, and I didn't mind it, since the animation was beautiful. Like, I you can't really describe it with words, but I think this is a gorgeous film with action sequences and the backgrounds that never made it feel boring or made me not want to watch it, but the story was what really took me out of it. Look, part of me thinks this does work as a movie on its own. Sure, some things aren't explained, and that's fine. I accepted what happened as it went along, but the characters... Oh god, there are so many characters to me. So after the second fight scene between Asta and Konrad, there's like 2 reveals of a group of characters actually making it out. Not mentioned to avoid spoilers who, I guess. Not like I remember. But by that point, since I only really care about Asta and Konrad's dynamic, everyone else bored me. And I think an action movie can either have characters I care about to elevate the by the number action, or I appreciate the good action sequences that elevate the by the number story. And this movie is that right in between. The movie never stops to see how this story is clearly impacting anyone. Hell, Asta's banishment is never really made clear, and sure, the reason why he is banished isn't the problem. Like, if that's what happened in the show, it's not relevant, and I'm fine with that. I mean, they kind of explain, but not well enough. But no, it's that I don't understand the impact this had on him for me to care about him enough. Like, maybe if they... Because, like, it is, like, they should have done maybe a few more times where it's more minutes where it's like, okay, I get why he was banished, or this is why he feels this way, or it's unfair. I don't know. But this movie, if anything, just reminds me of the Mario Bros. Movie, where since I knew the source material, this elevates the movie as on its own. It's entertaining, but fundamentally flawed in many ways. Here, I understood enough to not be confused what was going on, but since I didn't watch the show, this movie never really makes it clear on its own who anyone else is to make it clear why I should care about anyone at all, other than just I don't want them to die, which obviously in real life, no, I don't want anyone to die except for the terrible people. Well, you know, the truly terrible people. There are some people who've done bad things, but they don't deserve death. What I'm just saying is, even by the end, where the movie started off really good, it became alright at best thanks to the animation. But the back and forth between Asta and Konrad was so repetitive and predictable, I stopped caring by that point. If I did watch the show, I would care more, but as a movie either way, it needed to slow down just a little, or have the stakes feel higher, since by the end, it didn't. It really became like, oh, okay, it's gonna end this way. I know it. I still like this movie enough. And obviously, just because, well, if it was entertaining, should it just still, is it technically a good movie or just a guilty pleasure? And I've seen action movies where there is good action, but it's just like, the story is so bad, it doesn't make it okay. It does take it all down for me. Here it is okay. And, you know, the animation is what carries it. So creative, so inventive. All the types of magic and the change in art style in some scenes. But other than that, it's just an alright movie. I only put on again if I need something in the background. I occasionally glimpse up at. And it's not horrible if I have to watch it from beginning to end. Like, again, I said, there are worse action movies I could watch where even if it's good action, I will just not like these characters and it will drive me up the wall. Rather than I'm just a little bored, but I can still appreciate it for what's there rather than just be like, ugh. I'm just saying this in case if I... Well, actually, I don't know what I'm saying just in case. I just want to make it clear that it's just like, what, are you afraid you're going to piss off fans of the Clover Kingdom, Sword of the Black thing? Oh my god, should I give this a pass if I can't remember the name of this movie? Look, for fans of the show, I think it would be a decent finale, but this is a flawed movie that luck isn't on its side to win over new fans. But at the end of it all, I enjoyed it enough to recommend it. And whether or not you're going to like it too, that is up to you. As for me, I give Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King, a 6 out of 10.